Several English cities recently witnessed disturbing riots. Over 2,500 people have so far been arrested. The vast majority of those were born in the 1990s. They're teenagers or in their early 20s. Debate over the reasons for the social unrest continues. However, sporting projects across the country insist they have and can continue to engage those who feel most marginalised in society. Eddie Afikafi proved to be one of the few positives taken from England's failed 2018 World Cup bid last December. His day job is at Manchester City, working on the Kicks project.
For me, growing up, we had very limited opportunities. You know, if you look around Moss Side, we don't have a lot of playing facilities for young people to access, and or leisure centres, and you know, it's sort of very difficult to be able to raise your own aspirations. No, get up. I've sort of grown up in this sort of local area, in and around the sort of gang culture. It's disheartening to see young people growing up and believing that they don't have a future as such, and I think a lot of young people are attracted to the gang culture because they're looking for a level of acceptance within society. We've managed to have 97 young people gain qualifications and accreditations. We've had many young people enter into education via Stockport College. We engage up to 300 young people every single week, taking them off the streets, and we sort of tackle serious social issues such as drug and alcohol abuse, the dangers of carrying weapons. We've had data back from the Metropolitan Police that suggests that on Thursday, Friday, Saturday evenings, when the project is in full swing, we've managed to reduce antisocial behaviour by up to 30%. It's believed that the project has saved the police over £2.5 million.
The special report began filming at the St Matthew's project in Brixton, South London, 3 months ago. It aims to tackle a wide range of issues that were prevalent well before the recent unrest.
I like coming here on Tuesday night because it keeps me off the streets from doing bad things.
I see 5-year-olds with fireworks.
How would you feel, say, if you didn't have as much football in your life and you didn't get the chance to play football or do a project like this? How would you feel?
Bored. I really feel bored and really angry because it's basically my life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Since Daniel has started this project, he's obviously made a lot more friends, done a lot more networking socially. It's also taught him a bit of discipline.
Some of them are really shy, with very little social skills, and just to see them just to come into their own and really being able to engage. But others, you know, have come from quite hard backgrounds, you know, history of family with drugs and alcohol problems.
The coaches also take a personal interest in the parents as well, making sure that, you know, we bring them, and they've also set the rules and regulations of what we're supposed to abide by, what the kids are supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do in terms of behaviour.
During our time in Brixton, the project was rocked by tragedy. One of the participants, 18-year-old Nana Darko Frempong, was killed in a gang-related shooting. 2 of his friends still attend the sessions.
I was in bits, to be honest. Yeah, because he was a close friend to me. With him basically nearly every day, so it's a bit of a tragic.
Recently my friend died, but we did a little football tournament for him and to remember him, because he used to come here once in a while. Football can take you far, and it will take you away from the estates.
What do you think it gives to you?
Gives me a time to get away and not focus on everything that's going on in my life, and just to play football.
And how do you think it's helped you? Are you different from this time last year?
Yeah, I'm more calm, and I could work with people more, and I don't lose my temper for no reason.
If you can draw someone out, give them, you know, something away from, you know, the structure of a game, then you know, you've got more chance. Once you're in a gang, you know, you become isolated.
Once you set the ground rules and we all know that we're working in the same direction, like we've got a lot of discipline now. Like, to start with, we didn't really have that much discipline, turning up late, not listening, but now we're all working in the same direction and we know what we want to do.
If they've got nothing to do, you know, it's not rocket science, is it? They can still get into trouble, but, you know, we try and steer them down a more positive path.
Community-led projects in Liverpool have long used sport as a tool. 8.5% of the city's 18 to 24-year-olds are out of work. Many are working tirelessly and often unnoticed to help.
High knees, come on, everyone high knees. Other than coming here, just be sat round in the park, sat at my house playing video games. There was not much to do and just generally just sitting around. It was good that it was something here to come and do. Really.
There's lots of ways that the sport can help, especially in the local community. We've seen from this programme alone, antisocial behaviour stats have gone down over the years. There's been about 20% reduction in kind of crime statistics across the borough in holiday programmes.
I had a choice, I had a path in life. And I've been in Doncaster prison. I met a friend that we both started boxing together at the same time. And he chose the left path, I chose the right path. He ended up doing a long stretch in prison. I ended up being world champion.
Johnny Nelson is now championing another cause. His professional boxing career gave him a good life. He's now pointing out how that life can be attained. But he's also brutally showing what it's like when a life choice goes wrong and it leads to prison.
Let's try one of them on. Tell you what, pal. You're not from Legion. Trouble. No trouble. You're going to get some trouble. I'm telling you now. The minute you walk through that door, I knew you were a fresh fish, you straight away. Darren
No.
Yeah, you are. You're a I'm telling you, one of them trainers. Straight up fit. Come in here. Yeah, mine now. And I can see the gear and back. I'm telling you. Do as you're told, because if you don't, I'm telling you, I'll just deal with you. I'll just batter you. I've lived in that environment. I'm an ex-offender myself, and I spent 7 years, you know, behind a cell door. So I know what it's like, you know, throughout the young offenders introduced into the adult prison. You know, and I've witnessed a lot of intimidating and fearful factors in prison life. You know, these young people, you know, if you're going to sugarcoat them and say prison's this and it's nice and all that, it's the wrong message you're giving.
We go to the schools, what we do is we talk to the kids and say, listen, this is how life could be, how life shouldn't be, how life may end up being if you make these decisions. We'll take them to high-flying businesses. We'll take them to football grounds where the players are training and the flash cars are in the car park. Then we'll take them down a pit. You know, do you want this kind of job? Or then we'll take them to prison. Because prison is glamorised. If you're an individual, you've got a friend that's from prison, he's not going to tell you about the bullying. He's not going to tell you about the at night when he's crying his eyes out and he wants to come home and he can't use a phone and he's locked up for 12 hours at night time. He's not going to tell you that side of it.
I don't know what you're on about. Never mind what I'm on about. Just start listening to me. So I suggest you shut your mouth and listen. My friend's going to come round to your house, you're going to drop something off and you're going to come into prison to visit your son and bring it in for me. Because if not, I'm going to deal with your son.
It keeps me off at streets, just keeps me out of trouble. Come here, can speak to people about my problems.
I feel very relieved that he's not on the street, he's doing something good with himself and for other young people as well.
For some of them, it's, you know, they've got brothers or sisters or family that have been in the prison system. But relatively, the ones that were brought today are really good young people. But we want to try and make them stay on track, really. They live in quite a poor area of Sheffield, and they don't have great life choices. And what we're trying to do is build that aspiration and make sure that, you know, that they get the best chance, really, going forward.
We want the youngsters to understand what I've done, what Ricky Hatton's done, the likes of Linford Christie, Chris Eubanks, Michael Watson, what they've done is attainable by anybody and everybody, but you've just got to put the work in. So I'm no different from them.